What have you liked about other people's podcasts that you've seen or disliked? I mean, extremes. I'm not talking about the general stuff. I'm talking about.
I think like the first thing that came to mind is like I can just tell when someone's being authentic or not, for the most part. I mean, I think everyone like has that like subconscious little thing that goes off in their head when they know someone's like faking it, um, which is why like ultimately I just want to talk to people that I'm interested in, because then I don't have to like fake anything. It's just, and that's the other thing too is like we've talked about this before, but I'm not doing this as like some business endeavor. It might be like the first thing I've ever done in my life where like I'm not putting any like business context on it. Like I told you, like if I just go 3 years and make no money from this, but I'm like grinding on it like once a week, recording a podcast, whatever it is, I don't know, once a week, once a day, once a month, whatever. I just think it's going to be like a beautiful piece of artwork that I get to point at and say like, wow, I'm proud of that. And like when I point at it, I'm not showing anyone. I just like I'm showing myself like, hey, you created a piece of artwork. Mm-hmm. What was the question? You said
Your favorite
favorite
or least.
Yeah, what do I like about it?
Podcasts that you've seen, just the nuances of things they've done. I mean,
comedy.
You mentioned if they're not genuine, you don't like that, but
yeah, I like the comedy side when people are just like kicking the conversational can.
Yeah.
And they're doing it in like this very playful way. Like that's a part of why I want to do this is like I think that I'm not necessarily great at that, but like I like to try to do that sometimes, especially like if someone allows it and you're playing with the words and you're playing with what you're saying, you can kind of just start to like kick things around like sarcastically almost. Mm-hmm. And that form of comedy where it's like you're really just talking, kind of just talking out your ass, honestly. Like I kind of like that. I like when people are just talking out their ass and like it's like really authentic to who they are. But then there's the comedy side. I also like the learning side. So like just having really smart people divulge within specific categories of what they know, like specific niches of what they've dived into in their life and what they've researched. That's really interesting too, because then and the other thing that's coming to mind too is like storytelling. So like not everyone that dives into specific niches of life can actually divulge what they know and communicate it well. But like that art of storytelling, like telling a story in a beautiful way with the right tonalities and the right pauses and this and that and whisper and all these things. Like I just really like that. Like I love like the art of like telling a story, and like I try to get better at it. I don't know if I'm like when I tell a story, I don't know if I'm a good storyteller because I go meta in my head and I'm like, oh, let me think about how I can like be better at this and stuff like that. So, but I think that's also like self-awareness, and that's what makes you good at it. And I just like hearing people tell good stories.
And that comes with time.
Yeah.
It's over time, the same story can have so much more color. 3 years, 5 years, it doesn't mean it's embellished or it's not the 10-inch fish that's now 3 foot long. It's not one of those kind of things. It's just colorful.
You see what people react to, and then
right.
you make it like even more emphasis on that spot.
Yeah,
I've seen you do that, like, because that's actually funny, because I've seen the same stories be told by you my whole life, so I've gotten to see you get better at telling the same story over decades. That's a weird concept, and you have like these go-to stories, like getting run over by mom.
Yeah.